How's it going, everybody? It's been about 2 weeks since his release, but Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has finally wrapped up with the addition of Sora from Kingdom Hearts as the final DLC character. This game managed to be supported for 3 years, which is a fairly long time for Nintendo, even with a game as big as Smash. But now that Smash is coming to a close, it feels like there is now a space within gaming left behind by the crossover giant. And it seems like a lot of companies and developers want to try and capitalize on the success of Smash and fill that space themselves. The most recent example of this came in the form of Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Now sure, there have been other platform fighters that have tried to do the crossover fighter akin to Smash, such as PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale, but the reason that this game gained so much traction and started getting taken seriously, especially among the Smash community, was the fact that it's developed by a competent developer that has experience with platform fighters. Ludosity, the developers of Slap City, which is a really solid platform fighter. But the game didn't really seem to dethrone Smash as a lot of people were hoping it would. Sure, it's got the classic like Nickelodeon characters, it's got new characters as well, but it just couldn't live up to the level of expectations that people had set forward for it. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a great game, it plays really well, but the game still needs a lot of polish, and it makes me think that even though Ludosity might have been focused on making a really solid platform fighter first and foremost, I think that Nickelodeon was more looking at the idea of capitalizing on Smash and just making a quick cash grab, shovelware platform fighter. But I'm glad that the game seems to have its dedicated developers as well as a dedicated fan base, so I guess we'll have to see what happens in the future with this game. Now, moving on from Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, there's another game that seems to be coming for Smash's throne. And it just so happens to be the one thing that prompted this video in the first place. It's a game that goes by the name of Multiversus. Now, you may be asking yourself, what is Multiversus? Well, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure myself. But there have been a lot of rumors going around, and the game is pretty much all but confirmed. It's a platform fighter, being made by Warner Brothers. And Warner Brothers is a multimedia giant. Like, they own so many movies, TV shows, they even dip in video games a little bit, so they have the IP to do a crossover on the level of Smash, but I'm not really sure if they really have what it takes to take on a giant like Smash. Let's start with the good stuff, though, about this game. So, there was a leaked screenshot that Hungrybox actually posted to his Twitter account, and it got claimed by Warner Brothers. That's kind of what we're using to assume that this game is real. But the roster showed characters like Rick Sanchez, Finn the Human, Gandalf, Steven Universe, Bugs Bunny. Like, it was just a wild, crazy roster with a ton of variety, and that alone gets me excited. And I could go on and on about the characters that I would love to see from Warner Brothers to get in this fighter. Like, I'd love to see stuff like the Animaniacs get in, maybe KO from OK KO Let's Be Heroes over on Cartoon Network. You could get Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Even Maxwell from Scribblenauts could even be a contender, because Fifth Cell is, I'm pretty sure, owned by Warner Brothers, or might just be Scribblenauts, but either way, Warner Brothers has a lot of IP that they can pick from, and that alone makes this game seem really exciting. And some of the other parts of the rumor were pretty good too, like they were saying that it's going to be cross-platform, it was going to be Melee-esque. It was going to have a unique like tag team mechanic in it. I mean, we have yet to see what that would be, but I'm all for introducing sort of new mechanics into the already established platform fighter. Now we got to talk about some of the stuff that raises a bit of red flags. So, first off, apparently the game is said to look cheap. Now, Looking cheap isn't inherently a bad thing. Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl looks cheap. But that game is fun, that game is good, and with a little bit of polish, I think that it could be a really stellar game. Now, the other problem with Multiversus is the part of the rumor that says that this game is going to be free to play. Now, if you pair cheap mobile game levels of quality with free to play alongside a wide pool of characters, the first thing that comes to mind is that the game could potentially be a gacha game. Or something like League of Legends, where you've got like some characters in rotation and then you have to buy characters with like microtransactions. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how this turns out, but right now, to me, this seems like a quick cash grab from Warner Brothers, and I'd love to be wrong. But seeing as how it is a big company like Warner Brothers, my initial sort of knee-jerk reaction is thinking, hey, let's make a quick cash grab, let's capitalize on Smash, and focus about making it a competent platform fighter as sort of an afterthought. Because as much as I would love more platform fighters on the market as sort of competition besides Smash, I worry that with these companies trying to capitalize on Smash's success, we're running into sort of a Fortnite effect. Now, what I mean by a Fortnite effect is, remember when Fortnite first came out and it got really big really quickly, and all of a sudden, any game that was a shooter or just any companies that didn't have any big games on the market yet, they were all scrambling to make battle royales. Like every game had to have a battle royale. It didn't even matter if it was good. They were trying to strike while the iron was hot. And that creates a problem because you oversaturate the market with all this garbage shovelware that it's hard to really find the good stuff among the trash. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. There's still the possibility that Multiversus could be really good, because the good parts of this rumor are really good. You've got a solid roster, and if Warner Brothers actually takes the time to pair this game with a really competent studio who cares about the project, I think this could turn out great. And even if it doesn't turn out great, there's still other platform fighters that are entering the market soon that are going to provide a pretty bright future for this genre. Like Rivals of Aether, an already successful platform fighter. It's well respected among the Smash community and just fans of platform fighters in general. That's a great game, and it's getting a sequel, which seems to be even more high budget. It's using 3D models. We haven't seen a whole lot from it, but that's something to look forward to. And then there's another game that's taking that whole crossover aspect and applying it to indie games, and it's called Framemakers. I recently backed it on Kickstarter a while back, and that game's looking really promising because it's by the developers of Super Smash Flash 2. So you know that it's being made by people who care about this genre. So whatever happens with these big, like, AAA crossover fighters, just know that there's still platform fighters being made by people who really care about the genre. So even if it's a hit or a miss with some of the bigger games, I think we're always going to be able to rely on the indie scene to provide an experience that's tailored for the fans. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see on Multiversus, but just know that whatever comes out, I'm going to be covering it on this channel because I'm excited for it. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm more optimistic than anything. Well, that's enough out of me, guys. If you like this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing. It would really help the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Later.